Oh, Wratchet. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the video. Welcome to my garage. As I already showed you, I broke my axle yesterday when I was at the off-road park. This piece here, which is the slip yoke on the drive shaft, and it connects to the piece. This is the piece you just saw me take apart. It's supposed to go like that, but the ears of this piece right here broke off. And what I did is I went to the off-road park yesterday and I was playing around with Wratchet on the track. It was really fun and it was really intense. The most intense off-roading I've ever done. I've never driven a Baja on an actual track before where I had to learn how to set a pace, and I had to learn the jumps, and it was a lot of fun. It was really intense. I did end up breaking the axle. I haven't decided if that's because these aren't strong enough or I was not pressing in the clutch when I was landing. I think that has a lot to do with it. I'm not sure yet. But regardless, I did get some camera footage before it actually broke. So I will show you guys right now a clip. I actually was lucky enough to get a clip of the yoke actually breaking, and I'll show you the clips that I have of Wratchet on the track, because on one of the times when I went out, I did have the GoPro strapped to the side, so I'll show you that. So the problem with these little video clips is they don't seem as intense as it actually was when I was there. This is a 1.5 mile track, and there's some areas of it that are kind of rocky, so they're real slow. And it's meant for primarily dirt bikes, ATVs, UTVs, but it actually works for Wratchet really well. And it's kind of like, primarily I built Wratchet to drive him on tracks like this. But this is my first experience on a track like this, so it was really intimidating. So what I was doing here is just doing lap after lap after lap, and getting comfortable with the track and comfortable with Wratchet also. And as I'm getting comfortable with certain jumps, I'm trying to hit them faster and faster. You can see most of them I'm still coming up short, actually landing really, like right there, landing really hard before I actually make it to the landing. It was really hard on Wratchet. but it was fun. It was so much fun. It was so challenging. And of course, now I'm just dying to get back there to try all of this again. And hopefully, you know, next time I'll go back with my cousin. He'll bring his drone and I'll get some better footage. But this time I just went out there by myself. And I did at least make sure to put the GoPro on there so that I could bring some of it back with you guys. But this was, my gosh, this was so much fun. This was so exciting, so rewarding. I know the video, you guys are probably going to be like, oh, you need to send it, speed up. And I get that, but I don't have a lot of, if any, experience on tracks like this. So this was really, really intense, really learning experience. So I hope you guys enjoy it and can appreciate it, which I'm sure you will. All right, so I've been doing a couple of small things, minor things to Wratchet to get him a little bit ready for this car show. One thing being, I painted these fenders because they didn't have any gel coat in here, and there was a couple areas where I had sanded through, so I painted those just with a flat white, and I painted the underside because before the underside was just raw fiberglass, and I didn't like the way that looked. I put a couple of sponsors on there. I got Locked Off Road, Bentech, Chassis Software, and then CarTech. And then I put Wratchet's name on the door. This isn't my final, like, Wratchet's not going to be white, but I just wanted to throw some stickers on there to make it look a little bit more complete. I made these wing sides. If you guys remember before, I just had some painted 1/8 inch masonite on there. This is actually 1/4 inch ABS plastic, and then I cut out some vinyl to go around there and put a number on there because I thought that was kind of cool. And also, if you remember on the first shakedown run, the leading edge of these wings was just vibrating like crazy. I made a little mount for it down there, and then what it actually does is the wing comes in and it curves in a little bit, which you can't really see that from the side, but number one, it makes it stronger, and number two, it gives you a little bit more clearance to actually walk in here and access the engine. So I did that, and I think honestly, as far as aesthetic things, that's about it. Obviously, I've got the fiberglass one-piece front end on there. Oh, I did add some LED headlights, and I actually added a little, this is two things. I guess it can serve as a tow point, which I actually did get to use it as a tow point on Monday. That's how I got drug out of there when the axle broke. But the main reason for this is so that if I go somewhere like the dunes where they want a front-mounted flag, that's a mounting point so that I could put a front-mounted flag up there. So just some little things to get him ready. I get bugs on my light covers when I trailer him to the OHV park. They get in these things are 3D printed, so they've got these little grooves. They get stuck in there. Look at you, man. You got bugs all over you. Come on. Anyways, another thing I have is I have these 4-foot, I have 2 of them, and these are LED whips, antennas, whatever you want to call them. These are made by Auxbeam, which is the same company that makes my light switch. And I want to mount these right about here, so they'll be parallel to each other. They'll be on a little bit of an angle. I think that'll look kind of cool. And they are quick disconnect because I'm probably not going to have these on all the time. I'll just have these on in certain driving conditions. But I definitely want them on for the car show because obviously they're LED. They do all sorts of obnoxious light features. Another thing that they do, which is what made me want these, is they do brake lights and turn signals. So I'm going to wire all that stuff in so that when you hit the brakes, they'll light up red, and if you hit the turn signal on this side, they'll go amber. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to set up a jig here so that I think I'm going to run a piece of steel through here, and then I'm going to measure it off of this bar so that it's running straight, and then I'm going to clamp my tabs, which here's the tabs I made. I'm going to set up some clamps, probably have this right about here, right in the middle of the bar. Set that all up, and then probably pull off these body panels and then weld that in place. So I've got these clamped on both sides. I've got the TIG pulled out, ready to go. I have the Infinity ECU disconnected. Anytime I weld on this now, I disconnect the plug going to the Infinity ECU so that no electrical current can go through that. And then same thing with the Infinity CD dash. Whenever I do any welding on here now, I just pull that plug off just so that I know nothing's going to go through and damage any of this stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is put some heavy tacks on here and then probably throw the antennas in there just to see how they look and make sure that everything's cool. And then if I like it, then I'll pull off the quarters and I'll probably loosen up the roof and just push it up, and then I'll go ahead and weld this up solid. All right, now I've got them tacked in place and I've got the antennas on there just so I can just kind of take a look at it, make sure they seem straight, parallel. I think they do. I'm good with that. Now I'm going to take the antennas back off and weld them up solid. All right, so there are my buggy whips. I've got them all installed now. My tabs are all welded in place. And I've got the wiring that comes down. Got a little bundle of the harness here. And then I've got the, this is the controller for the lights, and then its wiring comes down here. And then right here I spliced into my, I've got a harness that comes from the switch panel on the other side of this firewall and then heads back to the taillights and all that. So I just spliced in there because I needed power, a ground, left turn, right turn, and the brakes, and I was able to grab all of that from that harness. So that is all set up, ready to go. So let's check it out. So if I turn on my accessory, and then it comes with a little remote, and if you press on, it's not going to get real dark in this garage, but you can get the pictures. There's all sorts of different menus or just different modes that you can select for the lights, and I mean it just goes on and on and on with some pre-selected stuff they have. You can also just pick a base color, which is probably what I'll be doing, and then you can adjust the intensity of them And if they're flashing, you can adjust how quickly or slowly they flash and things like that. But here's the cool stuff. First of all, if let me go to the other side here. If I hit my turn signals, let's say I hit my right side turn signals, then it goes amber. It doesn't flash because I don't have an actual blinker hooked up to it yet, but you know, my actual tail light flashes and then that goes amber, which is pretty cool. Same thing with the other side. And then if I can put this on the brake pedal, if you hit the brakes, they go red. That flashing is my my actual brake lights. So if I'm just driving along, and anytime I hit the brakes, those go red. I think that's kind of cool. So that's it for this video, guys. This was just a little bit of a recap from going to the OHV park, and then I wanted to show you a couple of things that I've done to get Wratchet ready for the car show. I don't think I'll make a video of the car show, but I'll probably take some pictures so that I can just in the next video probably just show you guys a little bit of the car show, but it won't be a dedicated video of the car show. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope it's helping you with whatever you're working on, and I hope to see you on the next video. Take care.